I'm like, okay. And so then he just walks off. I'm like, why is this guy talking to me? He's a senior, I'm a freshman. We grew up in two totally demographic areas, Torrance, Compton. I'm like, how does this guy even know that exists? So I did what I was told. And I went over there and started running track and stuff. And the next thing you know, I'm in there balancing everything out. I even had to go talk to my boss and plead my case, like, can I get off? Can I come and work for a couple of days, for this, and this? And the boss said, yeah, we can do it, but I need to see your grades every semester. I don't want you to crash and burn. So anyway, you fast forward. It's 1976, we graduating. Walking across the stage, they called my name, getting ready to get my diploma, and they're like, Paul Tonette, I can't remember if it was cum laude, summa cum laude. It was more like thank you, Lordy, that I graduated and stuff. So. B- student, got my driver's license. I was having some issues, But anyway, as time went on, I graduated and I end up going to Harvard Junior College and stuff. Did a couple years over there. And the thing that I remember the most about Ernie, he was the one that kind of gave me a little push to go ahead and step out there and go ahead and run some track. Because like I said before, doing academics and athletics, I could do it, but to do that with the job, it was a little scary and stuff. But Ernie was just a really positive dude, and the whole time I'm running track, he's talking to me, man, you can do this better, this, and this. That guy is just amazing. There's one thing I always liked about Serra. When you came here, people from all different demographic areas and stuff, and it was just like a family. Sports transcends all those preconceived ideas that we may have about this person, that person, and that kind of culture and stuff. And that's the biggest thing that I learned here from Ernie Coutey is like, we're all just folks, we're all trying to have some fun, get a little education, and maybe be a big-time football player, which I wasn't. So that's about it, folks. I just wanted to share that with you. Ernie was the man. Thank you so much for your time.
Southern Section Championship in 2014. Will is the winningest baseball coach in Serra school history. At this time, it's our pleasure to introduce to you the current Serra baseball head coach and your 2024 Serra Teacher of the Year. Please welcome to the podium, Mr. A.J. Perry.
Good afternoon, everybody. I don't think I'll be as long as Mr. Tonette. I just want to thank everybody for coming out. I think this is long overdue for Coach Will. For those that don't know Coach Will, until about 2008, I would say, and hopefully I don't offend anybody, I think baseball here was a thing of the past. And when Will stepped on campus and took over, he changed not only just the game of baseball here at Serra, but he changed the culture. He changed what it meant to be a baseball player here at Serra High School. I know it's a few guys in the audience right now that's looking at me like, oh, well, 70s, 60s, yeah, but from 90 to about 2008, it was on the downward trend. And when Coach Will stepped on campus and took over, he took over in a way that his mark has been left. And myself now, I'm continuing to follow his footsteps. Coach Will is he's a leader. And although Coach Will didn't graduate from Serra, he is everything that a Serra man is. And instilling that in kids that were used to having things their way, right? And letting them know that there's a right way to do things and there's a wrong way to do things. And Coach Will, to this day, instills that into every baseball player that steps into our field. Coach Will is currently my assistant head coach, and he's more of a mentor to me than an assistant. Coach Will has taught me to listen. Just be quiet and listen. And I'm glad that I'm smart enough to do that. I just flew in from Arizona a couple hours ago, and a couple people, players out there like Marcus Wilson, who wish he could be here, coaches, Douglas McDougal from San Diego State, Ken Shaw from Yale University. They rave about Coach Will at these national tournaments and national showcases, and not so much for the coaching, but the training and the lessons he's taught. First round draft picks that he coached, Dominic Smith. Second round draft pick that he coached, Marcus Wilson. 6th round draft pick, Jordan Brown. 10th round draft pick Ron Miller, 11th round draft pick Juan Avina, 17th round draft pick Kelvin Bender, 18th round draft pick Mekhi Backstrom. And the list goes on and on and on. And it's all because of this man right here. Baseball here at Serra today it wouldn't be what it is without Coach Will. His passion for excellence is second to none. And he demands the excellent from anybody. Doesn't matter if you're a first rounder or you're a kid that won't play baseball after high school. And these type of acknowledgments have to be given while they're here. And I love to praise Coach Will because a lot of people don't understand Coach Will. And when I say that, a lot of people listen to the tone and not the message because of his passion, his legacy, his bloodline being family members of the great Hank Aaron. A lot of people they don't really understand sometimes what he's saying, and sometimes it's too late. And they always come back. Coach Will, you were right. Hey, Coach Will, can I talk to you? Oh man, I got to SC and you were right. And I hope that, not to make this about me, but I hope that I can continue that legacy as long as I'm here and I keep them with me, right? So you gotta promise me, Coach Will, that you won't go nowhere, because as much as Serra High School needs the students, the baseball players and the young men and women here, they need you also. And so without further ado, I wanna introduce to you not only the most winningest baseball coach at Serra High School, but probably the best baseball coach in Southern California, arguably the best trainer probably in the nation, Mr. Will Aaron.
I'll try to keep this short. Usually when I talk, I get a little elongated with the words. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank my family, my wife, who's not here today, she's ill. I'd like to thank my son and my daughter that are here that gave me the time, allotted me the time to do what I have the passion to do it. I'd like to thank my coaching staff then that assisted me. Of course, you all know this is not a one-man job where you could do it all by yourself, but I was fortunate enough to have good coaches that believed in me, and I kind of like turned them loose to let them do what they did best. But Kevin Martin, who's now a big-time scout with the Atlanta Braves, who was an assistant of mine, and Artis Patton, who handled my pitching for me, and William Denson, who did a lot of the leg work for me in terms of organizing the schedule. You know, without a good staff, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But I wanted to say this quickly, two things. I'd like for people to understand how I got to become who I am right now. And it's not just because I played professional baseball, but I was one who studied the game. I'm going to tell you how all that began. I had a chance to room with Orlando Gonzalez, who was the #1 draft pick at the time, with the Cleveland Indians. And I was in my third year in professional baseball, just kind of going along with the flow, thinking that things are going to magically happen and you're going to be all right. Orlando led the nation in stolen bases out of the University of Miami, and he came to me one day and he said, "Coach," he said, "Will," he said, "if I had your speed, I'd be leading the league in stolen bases." And at that moment, I began to question myself, why am I not leading the league in stolen bases? I began to study, reading pitchers' moves, head, shoulders, body lean, footwork, how to come out of the batter's box low, take the peak, run down the line, hit the front part of the bag, which way to turn, to the inside, take the peak, come back, how to take the lead off. What are you supposed to know before you get off the bag? How many outs it is, which way is the wind blowing, where's my infield, where's my outfield? Guys, you cannot win a championship unless you are trained and know what you're doing. So I began to study and I learned some things. And I had a passion. I wanted our kids to learn this. With good teaching, as athletic as these kids are, and you teach them, there's no reason why you aren't supposed to win. Because you're getting superior teaching, superior coaching. You can win games. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about the 2014 season. I want to sit down. We rode into Granada Hills, and we beat up on Granada Hills 2 games. I don't even think they scored. That team we had was awesome. After Granada Hills, we rode into Lakewood. We played J.P. Crawford was there. We shut them down. I think they must have scored 1 run, 11-1. I pulled them off to the side. I said, look, this is the team. We got the horses. I said, I don't want to hear any excuses. Let's get it done. After this year, you guys are gone. You may not get another chance for a while. Get it done. We rolled into Dodger Stadium, and then, well, I could see this day right now. They're all out on the field stretching, and I was talking to them. I said, God, this is the moment we've been waiting for. This is it. We're not going to melt right now. This is it. This is our championship. Long story short, we put a dot on the end. We rolled over Maricosta 9-1, and that was it. Game was over. So I just wanted to say, though, it's not an easy job. You gotta have good coaching, good teaching, good training. You gotta have kids that are disciplined, and you must have kids that buy in. If you don't have kids that buy in, you're wasting your time. I'll end it on that note.
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for Serra Wall of Honor inductee, the winningest coach in Serra baseball history, Will Aaron. Thank you.